Welcome to, I just noticed all the sparkles here. Welcome to episode 78 of Live with the Glitter Practitioner. That is me, Dr. Nupi. Thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you who don't know me, I am a GP, a family physician in the UK, and I am also a transformation life coach and also a speaker. I love talking about my passion for holistic care and truly bringing healing into healthcare, showing and sharing with others how to truly recognize their whole self health needs, mind, body, and soul as an intricate balance. And I learned the hard way how to realign, how to even recognize my needs through burnout, which was a journey that started 13 odd years ago now, something like that. And that's where my F list holistic prescription, that's how I created it. And it's a framework that helps you to recognize your health needs, how to keep them in alignment, and how to keep them restored. And I think bestest way to show you what it feels like to work through the F list, what it feels like to come back into alignment, and actually that process is through my brand story, which was created by the insanely talented Devin James Stinson. And I think without further ado, Big Bro, let's have the brand story, please.
Follow the light through the storm. And this is not a light that warns, it's a light that forms on the pathway ahead. So you can maneuver around disaster instead of getting stopped by the obstacles. It just takes changing the obstacles. And then the impossible turns to possible. And then the storm lifts. You're no longer adrift. Breathe, focus, you've got this. Ahead you see a figure, a kind soul, and on the inside it feels like you might glow. Your endless cycles of cyclones have been turned to a breeze that just slightly blows. You're adorned with glitter, where you literally feel like a kid again. And this is when you realize how much of your life you've missed. And then you talk more with Dr. Nupi Aurora, who will holistically change your aura, where you and the new you won't be like strangers. No, you'll be like friends. Because this whole process is simply life-changing. So if you're feeling frazzled and you want to find your fizz and dazzle, then book a call with Dr. Nupi Aurora by messaging her right here on LinkedIn.
Oh, what a treat. Gorgeous. Today, I don't know if you can actually see my top today, but I hope you can. I'm on my phone. But today's episode is all about love. And actually, I have a guest back on for the second time. Let's just bring you down. Chris Freer, come on down. There
I
you
don't
are.
know.
Thank you so much for joining me. I'm a bit disorientated today because I'm on my phone and it just looks, it's so weird when you're on your phone full StreamYard when I'm used to my computer. Anyway, thank you for joining me for our part two. And can you see it? It's going to be.
I certainly can, yes. And thank you for inviting me back. I
Oh,
love it.
absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. So, yes. Do you, where should we even start? You had
Well,
some really lovely ideas, actually. Let's just go for it.
yeah, I think in your introduction, you said something I think was really powerful, and that was
Yeah,
that you learned the hard way.
yeah,
And we were having a conversation earlier today, and I too have learned the hard way, but I now realise that my body or my mind, or however you want to describe this, was I was sending myself a love letter, really. It was telling me that I had this huge opportunity to start loving myself, really, or taking care of myself, and I think that, as you know, as a GP, we have a chronic health explosion in our communities today, and I know that is the case in the UK, and I'm sure it is the case in the States.
Mm.
But it could be seen as an opportunity, couldn't it? It could be a real opportunity because really, our bodies are sending each person that's confronting a chronic health condition a love letter and an opportunity to actually start to look at the choices that they're making and start to live their life in a different way. Start making themselves the most important person.
Yeah, and that's how I teach this actually in real life medicine in clinics, with the conventional medical model of care. But it's about learning, I guess, what is my body telling me, and I liken it as an alarm clock, and it's being aware of what body signals are saying, and then piecing it together, and then taking it one step further. It's how we view ourselves. It's how we view I guess, the words we use, the vibrations we keep, the way we energetically realign ourselves. And that, when you turn it inwards, is the love letter that we give ourselves,
Mm.
mind, body, and soul, because it's that that helps it keeps the energy flowing as opposed to getting stagnant and stuck. And it's when it gets stuck in certain places, it's recognizing, okay, these physical symptoms, what else could this be telling me? What else is going on behind the scenes? And this is why I wore my love jumper, because it is a love letter to self. If we don't love ourselves, we can't expect other people to be a source of that. It can get muddled, and that's when you really learn. Know thyself, know what really lights you up, and you are in charge of your own happiness and your own love. And then it's overspilling. Then it goes out, as opposed to, what am I missing? What's the lag? Okay, I'll be okay if I find this relationship provides this love for me. It doesn't work like that. That's where things start getting stuck energetically.
Mm. I mean, it's interesting what you say. In my coaching practice,
Mm,
I have question 11, and
mm,
it's tell me about the most important people in your life.
mm.
And to this day, I have never had anybody
I was just
actually
going to say, I
name
know
this to
what
me.
I would say.
Yeah, I've actually had someone name the hamster first.
Oh.
You know, and it's
Okay,
it,
dare you,
it
dare you, dare you. Ask me the question. Pretend I'm a client.
sorry.
I said, ask me that question.
Okay, well, Nupi, can you
Yeah.
tell me a little about the most important people in your life?
Well, the most important person is me, first and foremost. And that's why I wanted to answer the question. I'm like, pick me, teacher, pick me.
Yeah, you're the first one.
Well, I think that's come from a lot of friggin' hell. That's come from a lot of work and a lot of not saying that, actually.
Mm,
Whereas
yeah.
now I can, and I help others recognize that too. But you're right, 20 years ago, easily, before even burnout, I wouldn't have said that. I would have said, oh, my kids, or this, or this. It wouldn't have been me at all. That's why I was dying to answer the question. Hello, David. Oh, I love David to say happy belated birthday, David, for yesterday. I just wanted to wish him a very happy birthday.
I mean,
But sorry, I totally interrupted your flow.
yeah,
So
no, that's absolutely
question
fine. But
11. Yes.
Tell me about the most important people in your life. And actually, I've had a bit of a realization myself, because I'm sure a lot of people know that I live proactively with a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. And recently, I've had what I would describe as a relapse.
Yeah.
It sort of come as a bit of a bolt out of the blue, and it come off the back of a urinary tract infection that I had. And I, it was quite tough. I've got to be honest with you, it was tough, because a lot of the symptoms that I've had in the past like revisited me, and I suddenly realised that I'd become a bit complacent, really, and I'd also lost sight of how difficult it can be for other people facing these types of conditions. So the universe was really serving me a massive message, which I now realise, and I've also stepped up my own self-care package, and I'm determined to be as strong as I can be for as long as I can be. So yeah.
You're amazing. You're incredible. So tell me a little bit more about what you're doing to step up your self-care, because that's your love
Well,
letter.
well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I I'm very particular about what I eat. I eat a mainly plant-based diet. I do eat fish. Um, I try and source the best possible produce, organic and stuff like that to eat, and I prepare everything from scratch. But mainly, I've increased my, and I don't like using this word when I'm talking,
Go on.
because it puts people off so much. But I'm gonna say my exercise. I'd like to say movement,
Why don't you like talking? What do you
because I
mean?
think I think it frightens people. I think exercise. They think of people in the gyms in lycra
Yeah,
and God knows what else, and it scares people. But
yeah.
I'm determined to push more weights about.
Nice. Strength building. Yes.
Yeah.
It's really good. I'd much
Mm,
rather do strength training than I fucking hate running. I can't stand it. So for me doing any that type of stuff, I can't stand it.
mm.
But walking and which is not as obviously cardio, but dancing, that's where I get my cardio.
Yes. And singing and
I love it.
dancing, I would say for
Yes.
you, my you have a
As
lovely
I was
voice.
so, oh, bless you. As I was serenading yourself and Russ in the green room randomly. Anyway, um, yes, so exercise, okay, and you're careful with what you eat. Anything else?
Well, obviously, I I would say that I have clarity in my life now. I'm looking through a clear pane of glass, if you like, and I realise
Amazing.
that we often do a lot of things in response to what other people's requests are, and actually we need to
Yes.
take stock of that,
Oh,
and
oh my. Yes.
be a bit more mindful about what you are giving.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Do you know what? I love it when this happens. Just the other day, I don't know why I'm shouting, sorry. Just the other day, in fact, I was talking to Devin, and we were talking about people pleasing and your needs and how it's so easy to default into putting other people's needs first. And I know for me, that was one of the key things that contributed to my burnout. I also had a part to play, and being the yes person, and when you actually discover what's really behind that, it's for me anyway, it was the need for approval, and also it was almost it's like in a chronic stress response of fight, flight, in that fear-based or freeze. There's also a response of fawn, which is people pleasing. And it's how you keep yourself safe. It's that you don't want any conflict to happen. And it's okay. So I'll just keep saying yes. Or if I do this, then I am worthy. if I do this, then pleasing others, putting their needs before mine, it means, okay, I am safe, I am loved. And actually, it's not dependent on that. And that it just really resonated with what you were saying. It is learning how to quieten the mind of the shoulds and the need to, and oh, I need to do this, otherwise I mean, I'm not saying be a complete, you know, you can go, it's about finding the balance, really. Yes, you've got to have the boundaries, and sometimes it's actually really hard when somebody's used to you going, yeah, okay, yeah, I can do that, or you're used to having that person. When you take a step back and go, but it can be done in a very kind, very loving way of, okay, let me get back to you, as opposed to, no, fuck off, I'm not going to do it. I'm not the woman that's saying people do that, but it's about being aware of your own needs first, and then looking outwards to see, okay, how much saying yes to you means no to me in some area. Can I? Have I got the time and the headspace? And then, as I was saying, it's actually, I choose to do this. So then take ownership. I choose to do something, and if it didn't serve or it doesn't work out, okay, I'll learn from that. Then that way you're taking full ownership every step of the way.
Yeah.
Which is, again, it boils down to awareness, doesn't it? Awareness of self, and actually how much you're doing because you feel you ought to, or because you truly want to.
I think you used a word there that is so powerful. It wields so much power, and that's that power of choice or choose. And I think people trip themselves up when they're trying to give up bad habits like smoking or drink or something like that, because they say I can't. But if you use the narrative, I'm choosing not to,
Yes.
it's a lot lighter. It suggests something completely different, doesn't it? It suggests that you've got control, and
Yes.
it's a powerful word, that choice.
Yeah. And that is our power. We always have that power. And
Mm.
that's the beauty. I was talking to a patient earlier today, and it was about anxiety and chronic anxiety. And it's horrible. And it keeps you in a prison. And he was saying that's exactly how he felt, trapped. And we went through certain techniques and different things. And it boils down to, I'm not saying you choose to be anxious at all, but there are other choices you can perhaps investigate or go down in order to make that less. And if you don't change anything, nothing's going to change. It's making tiny little steps forward and trying that. And actually, it really boils down to letting go, surrender, and trust, because it's you or self, not you, that keeps you really in your own chains. And it's the same powerful thought process that can literally blast them off. And that's fuck off, focus, breathe, and flip. In other words,
I love that. I wish
I
you was
had
my.
to get
I
that in.
wish you
I had to get that in. I know. I was swearing my head off. I was going, yes, I have a word. I have a structure for this. And I said, I'm not meaning to be rude or offensive to you, but fuck off, focus, breathe, and flip it. What else? How else can we see this, or how else can we reframe what it is that's going on? And then all of a sudden, you're all these like I liken it to like these little lights going off, and it's like, oh, I never thought of that, and I might try this. Oh, I could try that, and it's all within your own capability. It's just letting go of these preordained. Oh, it has to be a certain way, and it's an illusion. Fuck it off. Things.
I think people look at life from an outside in perspective. They kind of go, I will be happy, or I will be okay, or whatever, when I get X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, yeah.
No, no, you won't.
Now,
It's all
claim it now. Sorry, I get
inside.
very excited.
inside out. You know,
Yeah.
it's
And
got to
that's
promote that.
yes, that's yeah. I can't. I'm like, yes. That's what gets me giddy. It's your inner light. It's your inner. That's your essence. And you literally, when you are loving self, as my jumper says, you literally can you start glowing differently. Your energy changes, and you are lit up from inside, and that is the key. That's the essence.
Mm,
Because love, self-love, is the same vibration frequency as unconditional love, and that is the most powerful energetic frequency going.
mm,
And it sounds corny, it sounds cheesy, but it really does. It's you you lose that, it just all starts to fizzle. And then it's how you promote that. And it's not just smooching love. It's that's part of it, but it's not. It's deeper than that.
mm,
It's love for self, it's caring, it's nurturing your own needs, it's being curious, it's having that compassion, it's looking at the world with what else? Adventure, fun. How else could I see this? And this is not sort of living in a unicorn land either. It's not. But things happen, and it's the ability, I guess, how you move through it and harnessing the treasures within. Um, because there always is. There always is.
mm.
And it's what
I
you
think,
learn from it. It's what you learn from these. Like for you, you've had a horrible relapse. It was linked with infection, but you've actually come out 10 times, so much stronger in the sense of, okay, I'm going to do this, this, this. This is how I'm going to keep myself in tip-top shape, health, etc. And perhaps if this had not happened, maybe you could have just sort of, maybe there was going to be another relapse again. We just don't know. But it's about taking it and then what you can retrieve from
mm,
situations.
yeah, I think the universe taught me a lesson. To be quite honest with you, one that I needed to hear, right? And I do mean that, because I think I had lost sight of. I think I had lost sight of how hard these kinds of things can be for other people, and I
Yes,
mean that. So,
yeah, it is
you know,
bloody hard.
yeah, I take it
It's
on. I
still
take that on
hard
the chin.
doing it.
Yeah, I take that on the chin.
It
But
is. Yeah.
I think also I had started taking myself for granted as well, or what I'd
Ah,
achieved for granted, and
yeah.
it's been a wake up. It's been an amazing wake up, for me. So
Tell me, that's an interesting one. You've got my curiosity piqued. You took yourself for granted.
mm.
Just tell me a bit more about that.
I think I had started to take myself for granted, in as much as I was slipping back to
Mm.
that, what you were talking about earlier, that people pleasing mode, and I mean, I describe that as victim rescuer, if you like, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there are many of us like that, and I think I I'd lost sight, and I started to people please again.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and at the detriment of myself,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
what I'd
Yeah.
done,
Got it.
I'd I'd I'd, I'd stopped listening to my body, because
Yeah.
all of a sudden these other things that I needed to do were more important. And what
Yeah.
happened was, I mean, look, in a way, this is a good thing, that I'd become a lot stronger, and it took a lot more for the urinary tract infection to floor me. Yeah,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
I had more resilience in me. But if I'd
Yes.
have stopped thinking, oh well, I've just got to do this for that, and I've just got to do it, I would have probably heard myself sooner,
Yes.
dealt
Yes.
with it sooner, and it wouldn't
Yes.
have had such a huge impact on me. But on the other side of the coin, No, because I wouldn't have learned the lesson I needed to
That's
learn.
exactly what I was
Would
going
I?
to say. Yes. That I was just about to say that. That was something that needed to come up for you
Yeah.
on a completely different level. I don't want anybody to feel to have illnesses like that, but it is what it is. What can I learn from this? And that is how you, that's the growth mindset though, isn't it? It's
Mm,
not getting stuck in something and then, okay, this is what I've learned. This is how I'm going to move forward. And then as you keep evolving as well, it's kind of like, okay, that's what I've done. And then something else, the universe will slap you in the face again or something. And it'll be like, right, you thought you were done, but here you go. But
mm,
it's about being aware and tuning into self. And that's why my thing with the whole F list is know your worth, own your needs, protect them, stand in your power, and create the life you choose. And that is living unapologetically because you deserve nothing less. And if you think about it, it's okay, know my worth. Okay, that can take time. That in itself is a huge nugget. And then it's like, own my needs. What the fuck are my needs? I don't know what my needs are. That's okay. This is where people like yourself, me, other people who we're all connected with, this is exactly the help and the support that's out there. But it's recognizing, especially when it comes to health, physically, it might look like something. That's just the surface presentation. That's just the manifestation almost of what else is going on. And as a healthcare professional, I guess that's what I tune into, and that's how I kind of piece it together because there's always more behind the layers. And it's actually that's the whole self, that's the whole person, the health needs that I talk about, and how to bring it all back into balance with a few, not rocket science either. It's very basic steps, but it's the steps that you forget about completely when you're not well, physically or emotionally.
mm.
The basics. It's like what you said, actually, food, being careful what you're eating, really, honing in on what's healthy for you and what works for you.
Mm.
And the exercise, the fresh air, it's all part on the F list.
Yeah. I think food wise, we've we're sold this that it's really expensive to eat healthily, and I don't think it is. I think I
Yeah,
think I
that's what
think the
people say.
expensive bit is knowing what to do with the food when you've got it. If you get what I mean, I think
Yeah, yeah, I
you know.
do.
I think we've lost. I mean, look, I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I know how to cook. Yeah, I know how to
Yeah,
cook. So I, there's in our household, there's very little wastage of anything.
yeah, yeah,
But it's only the fact that because I know what to do with it, and
yeah,
we need to. I think we need to create these things, and I suppose in a way, I'm going to sort of. I'd love to make a little announcement, if you like, if you don't,
yeah.
if that's all right, because
Please, yeah, of course it is. Of course it
because
is.
you have given me this amazing opportunity to be on your platform. Right, I love you as a human being,
Oh,
absolutely,
thank
unreservedly. Right,
you.
but through what I've been through just like recently, and the way I've come out the other side of it, I want to create as kind of a love yourself movement. Right,
Ooh,
this is what I'm going to be working on, especially going into the new year. I want to grow a movement of
yeah,
people that actually want to take control of their lives, right?
love
And
it.
and create their best self. That's what I want to do. So I've said it now. It's out there. I've got to do it, haven't I?
Yes, you do. You sent it out to the universe.
I
So,
have.
yeah, yes. Watch this space. Thank you for the live announcement on the
Well,
show.
guys, hold me accountable.
I'm going to. I'm going to. What was I going to share with you? Yes, I do believe 2024, bring it on. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Lots of exciting things happening
Mm.
and projects, collaboration, and a few more adventures, I think. A bit more traveling.
tell you what, there's a few people that are in my life now, and I'm watching their amazing journeys, and it is exciting me. And you are one of them. Right?
Oh,
You are one of them, and it's going to
thank
be a
you.
great year next year. It's going to be a great
Thank
year.
you. It is definitely. And with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me today. I've just caught a glimpse of the time and I'm like, oh Lord. Um, if you're up, no, because you're very, very disciplined with your sleep, and I'm actually much better at it now. I was going to ask for us to put a promo on. I'm doing. You'd love this. If it's recorded, I'll let you know. It's an audio event I'm speaking at with um, two other ladies who are phenomenal, Rochelle Harlington and Dina Fortune, and it is all about energy. Energy is everything, everything is energy, and the healing power. And we're going to be talking about trauma or the ill health, how it affects the body energetically, and actually how to shift through it. So can't wait. It's going to be an incredible discussion. Russ, can you put the picture thingy up? I don't know if you can hear me. Can you see? Can you? Oh, I don't know what's happening. I don't even know why I was whispering. I don't need to whisper.
No.
Oh, I don't think we can do it. Never mind. Oops. Great. Okay. Well, it is on. It's on LinkedIn Live. It's an audio event, and I think it's 11:30 p.m. GMT this evening. And if you go on to Rochelle Harlington, or if you go on to my profile, Glitter Practitioner, you'll see it. I've posted it on, and I'll promo it later. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly say about that because I think it kind of follows on from what we've just been talking about now. And I keep flinging these around. These are curlers, by the way. Oh gosh, I don't know what else this would look like.
Well, I
Great.
learned something, didn't I,
Thanks.
earlier?
What did you learn? Oh, my curling techniques. Yeah. Oh, bless Ross. I know he's seen it all actually. This is brilliant. I should do like product placements and stuff because it is amazing. Anyway, I would love to have you on again. I can't wait to see how 2024 unravels for both of us actually. I think it's going to be fab. I really do. But thank you for joining me tonight. It's been fab. And we'll get you on again for sure.
See you later.
Oh, oh gosh, it goes too quickly. It really does. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the show. And yes, the LinkedIn, the audio event is on this evening, 11:30 GMT. Can't wait. It's going to be, I'm so excited. Energy is everything, and everything is energy and love. That's the bottom line. Thank you for joining me. And just as a quick reminder, you'll find me here every Monday at 8 o'clock GMT, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, which is, I said it wrong last week, it is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think I said 5 p.m. last week. And you can get hold of me, direct message me on LinkedIn, or use my Calendly link, which is there as well. And if you can't get hold of me, please just also contact rosshedge.com because, yeah, we're in touch every single day pretty much. Thank you again, and happy birthday, belated birthday, David, once more. And I shall see you again next week for episode 79. Bye.